Alright guys, it's time to talk about XRP on the channel for the first time since March 2nd. So I will show you March 2nd in a little while, but I need to point out that we have made this flag here. You can barely see this yellow line because it kind of collides with the line right here, this green line, at about $1.92 or so, 91. But yeah, there is another trend line here. And basically, you can see we have this flagpole, which I have measured from here to here, basically. And guys, the target of this on this breakout is up here at about $4.32. Now, let me zoom in. I know this is really hard because there's a lot of lines here. I have actually marked off all the daily resistances and weekly resistances. Weekly is green, daily is orange. Now, keep that in mind. So, you can see this trend line right here. So we have broken this, actually, and we have actually even retested this. Let me zoom in even further. It's really, we have to really look deeply into this. So you can see there was a touch right there, guys, on the daily time frame. There was also pretty much a touch right here. I think there's just less than a millimeter of space there, but it's close enough in my book. And now we're getting that bounce. So yesterday we pretty much went through two resistances that were on the daily time frame and then one weekly resistance. Now we came back today even, and we have retested two of these resistances. Now we retested the weekly time frame, which is a little bit stronger resistance. I always like to say it's probably 7 times stronger than a daily resistance, because if you think about it, 7 days in a week makes a week. So if we think about a daily, it's just 1 day. So anyways, we have retested this, and let's see if we can get kind of a bounce today. And maybe we can retest this $2.55 mark to the upside. And yeah, let's take a quick look at some indicators here. I want to look at the MACD first. Now, on the daily time frame, let's just go back in history and kind of look at this. Now, a local high was back here at 0.44, but if we go back all the way into history, yeah, actually, that is about as high as it gets, up here at about 0.44, and we are starting to print green candles down here, but we're just barely above really zero. At 0.04 and 0.7. So yeah, we can still run a very, very long way. And let's take a look now at the RSI and the stochastic RSI. Let's get rid of this MACD. Now, on a daily time frame, this is just coming out of the overheated, was it overbought really? Now the RSI is kind of flirting with being overbought, but it is, still in neutral territory, but pointed down. So weekly time frame actually just coming out of the oversold territory, and the RSI is just sliding up here. Let's look at the monthly real quick, and yeah, it's right in the middle, but it looks like it's about to tick up here on the Stoke, and the RSI is just kind of flirting with being overbought. So kind of a mixed bag almost there. Now, lower term time frames coming down on the Stoke pretty heavily. So, it's just about to get into the oversold territory though. Slightly pointed up here on the RSI, but right in the middle, so that's okay. 1 hour time frame is oversold here still on the RSI, the Stoke. And the RSI itself is just kind of going flat, slightly pointed down. Now the 15-minute time frame is overbought here on the Stoke, and it looks like it is about to come down, and the RSI is coming down now. So it is kind of a mixed bag though, I would say. Honestly, let me put this on the daily time frame. I do think this is probably going to get a little bit of a bounce today. And that's probably due to some macro numbers that we should get with the CPI. And I do think we're going to have a better than expected CPI. So I think, probably most cryptos and Bitcoin and Ethereum will bounce today if we get those good numbers. But how high? we have to wait and see, guys. I think if we get really good numbers, maybe we can come up and retest 260. And after that, there's a couple more resistances before we get quite a large gap to $2.94. So just have to wait and see, guys. Be patient. XRP is a good crypto in my opinion. I do have quite a bit of it. And yeah, let's take a look at the tokenomics of XRP real quick. There's 100 billion max supply here. That's one thing I just don't like about XRP, but it has its followers. It has its community, and yeah, I mean, if you have a big community like XRP, or you have Tron fans or ADA fans, things like this, guys, I believe those tokens will eat up, when they're put onto the market. So circulating 58.55 billion. And yeah, total supply has almost entirely been created here with this max supply, we can say. Only, what is it, like 14 million, 13.8 million haven't been created. Anyways, all-time high, $3.40, so we're not far off, only getting a 27.5% discount at the moment, guys. But still, it's a discount. And in my opinion, I do think XRP could make it quite high. Now, if we look at the Fibonacci here, from where I have measured it, let me put this on let's put on a weekly time frame, so it'll be a little bit faster. Now, the Fibonacci says the max is about $5.75. Now, I believe this can get a lot higher. In my opinion, we could see $10 to $12 easily if we get a good bull run. Now, if we get a super bull run, which, I don't know, guys, I think we're not really getting that. I think we're getting maybe, like, if I was going to say like a normal bull run and a super bull run, we're kind of somewhere in the middle, and maybe we could see $20 or $15, but I think $10 to $12 is probably in the bag with XRP. Looking at Bitcoin, guys, yesterday we did have a breakdown, and you can see we did find support here at about 101, 150. And right now we are trying to break through this weekly resistance again at 102, 700. And yeah, let's see what happens today. But yeah, if we get good CPI numbers, guys, I do believe this is going to break and probably continue to at least, I would say, 104, 600 where we were yesterday, and possibly even up to this 106, 155. That would be my guess if we get good CPI numbers. So now taking a look at the CME futures, you can see, let's put this on a weekly time frame actually. So we're a little bit lower this week than where we started, but we have closed actually that gap I was talking about yesterday in the Rune video. I believe the gap was something like $200 or $300. Now, Ethereum, it is actually cooling down a little bit too, which, hey, we had a massive run with Ethereum. I mean, look at these days here. So we had 2 full days of cooling here. And I do believe this will probably get a green candle today, as long as CPI numbers are good. But we found our footing basically here at about 24.30, and yeah, let's see what happens today. Now, the total market cap is finding its footing basically at 1.19 trillion. We are sitting at 1.2 right now, so you can see we've found our support basically, although we did crash down the last 4-hour candle. But keep in mind, this is a weekly time frame support here. So yeah, I don't know actually where we closed it. Yeah, we closed the weekly above this from Sunday to Monday. So you can see we found support so far on the weekly. So yeah, let's see what happens today. Now, the dominance, guys. This is the 4-hour chart, so it did find a little bit of a bounce in the last 4-hour candle, but right now, you can see it's getting a little bit of a red candle here. So yeah, I mean, this is fine, guys. I do believe, we're going to work our way down a little bit slowly now, and we do got to get below this 2.5-year trend line. After that, 60.46 is next, and then I believe we have kind of won the battle, and we will see an altcoin season. Now, dollar index coming down a little bit today already, but yesterday it did get kind of a surge. So, but if we have a strong dollar, it means a weaker Bitcoin. So yeah, we want to see this weaken. Now, the Bitcoin quarterly returns still looking pretty good, even though we had a pullback yesterday. Now we have, recovered from Q1, pretty much everything. Actually, we've doubled that. Still, Ethereum looks pretty good, guys. We've recovered most of what we lost in Q1, so we're still about 12% down, which is not too bad at the moment. Now, the liquidation heat map on the 24-hour time frame, we have 730 million, which have been wrecked, mostly longs. So people were getting a little bit too greedy, and yeah, we had that pullback, guys. So be careful if you're using leverage and things. You don't want to, lose everything. It's just, in my opinion, better to buy the coins, guys. It's just really, really, really risky, and it just causes a lot of stress when you're using leverage. Now, we have 70 again today. We've been 70 for 4 days now, so that's kind of strange. I don't think I've ever seen a period where we had 4 straight days of one number here on the fear and greed. Now this has come down to a 20 from I think a 31 when I refreshed it this morning, if I remember correctly, or like a 29 or something like this. So it lost quite a bit, but that's probably because of that last surge up in the last 4-hour candle. The bull market peak indicators, guys, still 0 from 30, still 100% hold here. Pi cycle top indicator, still, in my opinion, it looks like it wants to kind of curve up here. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, but I'll zoom in for you. And yeah, these two lines do have to cross, and then officially the bull market is over, according to this indicator. Now, the economic data, like I said, CPI today, tomorrow, just a couple of speakers here. Thursday is the big day, guys. So you can see all of this. Industrial production, we have 2 manufacturing numbers, we have Fed Chair Powell speaking, we got PPI, just a lot going on, guys. The Fed Vice Chair speaking. So yeah, we'll see when it comes to Thursday. That will be a huge day. Friday, we have Michigan numbers, so let's see if this comes into play. If we get wildly, off numbers or something like this, then it will probably affect Bitcoin's price. But that happened 2 months ago, and usually it doesn't really affect Bitcoin too badly. But yeah, we did see it about 2 months ago when they had some wild, numbers. Now, the Fed Watch Tools does say we do have about a 12% chance of getting a cut, but, about an 88% chance of not getting a cut. Taking a look at crypto bubbles, there are a couple of bubbles now starting to get green. So yeah, when I looked at this a minute ago, right before I started this video, it was pretty much a sea of red, but these couple of bubbles here started to pop up now. In the last hour, though, we have started to see some green. Actually, it looks all green. Looks 100% green, actually. Okay, there's one red. But anyways, yeah, it's starting to look good. Now, the Coinondo here, if you want to stake your XRP, guys, there's 26 deals found for XRP. Go there, be aware of the limits and things and the days that you have to lock it up, and do your homework before you start sending coins around. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Look at some of the deals I have below for the exchanges that I am a partner with. And Moodix is actually down there too if you want to subscribe to Moodix, guys. They do have charts and statistics and things like this. It's not all just about these readings and things, which I don't have here right now. But yeah, you can see there are some indicators like this, the fear and greed, the Moodix fear and greed index actually. But yeah, it's a very good tool if you're trading, especially with stocks, guys. If you're doing other things other than crypto, check this out. But if you want to become a member of the channel, then I will put you in the Telegram group, and I will forward most of the measurements that affect Bitcoin, and you'll know what's going on right at the moment it happens, guys. So anyways, like I said, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.